fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down when the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throw it blind in my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own this seat.
Okay, Coach, thank you. We are about 4,300 miles away from you there in Orlando as we come to you from the European home of the NFL, London, England. Coming up, another edition of the NFL International Series, and it should be a good one, between the Houston Texans and the Jacksonville Jaguars. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
On the ball! On the ball! On the ball! On the ball!
They go with Leonard Fournette, third-year back from LSU. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Foles. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. They are in a zone. Remember, folks, 4 interceptions for this defense a week ago. First drive, make it number 5.
And the focal point will be the people who pick the ball out of the air. But let's not forget, to make that happen, it has to be an excellent pass rush, terrific coverage where they are plastered to the receivers, and then, of course, taking it away, making the catch, and going in the other direction.
Check 43. Check out, bro.
After the interception, here's Watson. Flush to his right. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was looking to get it to his running back, Lamar Miller. That'll bring up second down.
I think we'll see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Throwing again is Watson. That's going to be caught. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 11th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. A good hold in these wet conditions. The point after is up and good, and that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle.
It's a pickup of 3.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Here's Foles. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division, looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. On 2nd down, it's Miller. And he'll be brought down right at the 45-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. He'll buy some time right. Under pressure now, Watson, and down he goes. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Watson going to pull back the handoff and keep it himself. A quick throw out wide to Fuller. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off with great anticipation. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. A big run by the big man Fournette, 46 yards.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now Leonard Fournette. And a short gain down to about the 33. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
J.J. Watt makes another tackle there, and it's for a minimal gain. And let's face it, if that's all you're going to get running the ball, you're not going to have much success against him and his team.
Or, yeah, you better find a way to go around J.J. Watt, which isn't easy to do.
It's really not because you got to try everything. Can you go around him? Can you go by him? Can you influence him to get him out of position so maybe you can wall him off? is a really...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Lonnie Johnson, the rookie out of Kentucky. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. The struggles continue here offensively. Still nothing for them on the scoreboard, and now an interception.
Yeah, the offense looks extremely sluggish, not really in sync at all. Dare I say, it looks like it got left behind in customs.
Oh, you've had that in your back pocket. You were waiting for that.
Probably should have left it in my back pocket, too.
Well played. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 11, he goes down. So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Play action for Miller. Now Watson. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack. Calais Campbell make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Check, crunch,
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going deep here for... They got his man. Complete. He's at the 30. Past the 20. Touchdown, Houston. Kenny Stills. 94 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. They stay on the ground. This time it's Williams. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 11. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and this shows on the scoreboard.
Go!
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Foles. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Muhammad Wilkerson, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Now Foles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. D.D. Westbrook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. As they are now on the board here in the first half. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll make our score 14-7. And Lambeau now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 40. Now it's Watson. Flushed out right. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it, and it took the ball off course.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down now, it's Miller. He only got a couple on that one, so not a ton of help. They'll have a 3rd and 8 forthcoming. Here's Watson to throw on 3rd down. Going deep here for Stills. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And the key number on that play, 3. 3rd play of the drive, 3rd down, spectacular catch, turns into a 1st down.
1st down saves him from a 3 and out. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. A loss of 2 there, 2nd down.
Now, I know it's only a loss of a couple of yards, but when you get near the sidelines, just flip the ball out of bounds, incomplete, and save the yardage. Save the yards, not your stats.
Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson with his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And it's now 21-7. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
But one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
On second down, Williams. He'll have a 1st down past the 40. And he'll get this all the way up to the 42-yard line. 16 yards that time on the pickup for the Jags and a 1st down.
We go. 180 on 1.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And this one into the hands of DJ Shark. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Back to throw here. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Give the sack to Barkevious Mingo, the former number 6 pick. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Check. Hey, goal. Sound goal.
He'll look to throw. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. The 20, 10, and this will be a touchdown.
What you just saw there, first-round talent, second year, even more success. A pick 6 for a touchdown.
A great play, and it's tough for these guys, you've told me before, to adjust in the secondary as a first-year guy, so that sophomore season is big for them.
They really start to expand the playbook for them even more. Sometimes they dumb it down a little bit to make them comfortable year 1. By year 2, they should have all the nuances, and now they've adjusted to the speed of NFL play as well.
Showed right there. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
On 2nd and 9, Foles. That's caught. It's DeMarcus Robinson. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. They'll look to throw now on first down. This is caught by Robinson. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Foles now, 4 out of 10 throwing the ball in this first half, but he's got a first down here.
Go! Hey, Wahoo!
Looking to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that was their 3rd sack of the ball game. 2nd in the league in sacks coming into this one. They're planning on making it a race to the top, aren't they?
Absolutely. They're looking up at that top spot, but they might be looking down at the 2nd spot pretty soon. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They'll look to throw here. He's going to rifle one deep left side. This is caught, and he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. DJ Chark, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Jaguars get a score closer. Point after by Lambo, up and good, and that cuts the lead to 28-14. And Lambo now, after the touchdown, he'll kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You've got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play, go ahead and take your lead into the...
Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. Well executed there on 2nd down, so do you go back to the air on 3rd?
Well, that's a possibility, but now you've opened up things to where you showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situations. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a 2nd time.
Here's Watson. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game, and the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, We know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try to get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As it's time now to send you back stateside to Orlando, Florida, and check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, as they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3.
44's the mic, 44's mic. Check.
Alert!
Set the tone, defense, let's go. Watch it. Switch. Check.
Line up.
Joker.
He's on him, go.
Watson. Man open, that's Kiki QT, complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 16 yards on that one, and also a Texan first down. This quarterback now over 300 yards now for the game, and time to improve on that as he's got a 1st and 10. Watson going to give this one to Miller. And he's going to take this across midfield into Jacksonville territory. Telvin Smith, he was 3rd in the AFC in tackling a year ago, there to bring him down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
That's going to be a long day.
24!
Mike 50. Truck. Here we go.
Here's Watson. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. He finds Hopkins complete. Yeah, he will go out right near the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and that'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got Fuller. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Play number 7 coming on this drive. It's 3rd and inches.
All day. I'm coming after you. Check 13.
Put the boy down, he's coming.
50. Let's go, D. Mike's 50. 64. Mike's what? Mike's 50.
54. 55.
A shotgun snap for Watson. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. Deshaun Watson, so multi-dimensional, able to scramble for the 1st.
Well, that's a nice job right there. He's looking downfield, but with no one open, he takes off and tries to run for it. He gets to the sidelines and gets out of bounds with a 1st down.
From the red zone now, Watson. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. It's another touchdown pass for Deshaun Watson, his 5th of the afternoon. And the Texans push further out in front. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Foles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. 25 yards that time.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. J.J. Watt in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Here's Foles. The open man is Shark. It's complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. DJ Chark with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Jaguars make some inroads here on that deficit. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. That's fielded in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 10, Watson setting up the screen for Miller. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
DeAndre Hopkins, he's all alone. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, 67 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he almost flirted with disaster there, but it does get into the end zone before going out, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Welcome back now here in London. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield.
Check 55 to Mike. Check 55 to Mike. I don't even know why this team showed up.
Mike, here we go.
Williams. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set them back for second down.
Water. Hey, Keaton. Small.
Now on second and 16. Foles. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Completes it to Lee. An incredible play there. They do get big yardage, but they're still stopped a yard or two short, and it's fourth down.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in fourth and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker.
Let's go, great.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. D.D. Westbrook with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Jaguars get a score closer. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Texans take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. Watson with a give to Miller. And now Miller hit, and he fumbles. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
Result of the play, first down and 10.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10. Miller. Yannick Ngakoue in on the stop.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
From the 40 now on second down. Watson, and a diving grab. I think he got that, yes. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 at the 47. From the gun, here's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. A fresh set of downs on a gain of 13 there for the Texans.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins 35 yards. And the Texans push further out in front. They were still throwing with a comfortable lead here late, and now that lead even more comfortable.
And your first thought is there bad blood that went into this one ahead of time, that maybe they're seeking some revenge or they just don't like them? But the other thing that always hits me is, are they worried about playoff positioning? Right? Are they worried about, do you need enough points in case there's a tiebreaker that comes into play later?
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive, that culminating touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field.
They run it again with Williams. Give him 4 on the ground there. They're now left with 3rd and 6.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
On 3rd down, here's Williams. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A rough go there on 3rd down, a loss of 4. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
You got tight right there.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And this is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And boy, possession here turns over with the football already being in the red zone.
I'm coming for you, son. I'm coming. Hey, 24. Let's go.
Throwing now, Watson. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Again, it's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
Keep moving. Bang, 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 bang.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st. The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. They run. It's Williams. And he's not going to get the first. I don't even think he made it back to the line of scrimmage. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this Texans defense stands tall. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Lamar Miller. And the play goes nowhere, losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Houston, the win will help them keep pace in the playoff race as they move to 6-3 on the year. And now it's off to Heathrow as they get set to fly back to the U.S. in a couple hours. Meanwhile, for the Jaguars, the turnaround hasn't materialized as they fall to 2-7. And they're going to get an extra week to stew over this as they're not back in action until Week 11.